Good afternoon, everyone. This is Quentin,
And Anna,
and this is the
Q&A podcast. Today we are at the Hermitage City Building and we are going to be chatting with two of the most dedicated leaders.
We'll be filming with the Garys, Gary Hinkson, the city manager, as well as Gary Gulla, the assistant city manager.
Together, they fuel Hermitage's growth and continued innovation.
Join us as we delve into the insights of the city of Hermitage, community development, and all things in between.
Let's get into it. Well, thank you, Garys, for being here with us today. We have Gary Hinkson, City Manager, and Gary Gulla, Assistant City Manager.
Glad to be here.
So tell our listeners a little bit about your role here at the City of Hermitage.
So the city manager is a little bit like a CEO of a corporation or a company, where they answer to a board of directors. I answer to the board of commissioners, elected officials. And the city manager basically then is in charge of the day-to-day operation of the city. The department heads report to the city manager: fire, police, recreation, planning, finance, all the department heads. Gary and I work together very closely on day-to-day, not just day-to-day business, but long-term planning, budgeting, those kind of things. So I would say, if you know what a CEO of a corporation does, that's on a smaller scale what the city manager does.
That's awesome.
Sure. Good morning. So, I kind of have a dual role here at the city. Assistant city manager part of it. I get the opportunity to work with Gary every day on a lot of administrative challenges and responsibilities, dealing with departmental operations, constituent issues that might come up. But the other part of my job is I spend about half my time in community and economic development. Be anything from maybe helping a new business that's coming into town to administering projects, city projects, and in particular, we've been very successful at receiving a lot of grants to help us put together infrastructure projects in the community.
That's amazing. So you guys play such a vital role here to keep the city going.
Well, we have a lot of quality people that work with us here, our staff. They're amazing. They're dedicated. They're smart. Keep us on our toes.
Yeah, so you guys talked about your roles here. What made you choose Hermitage?
Well, actually, I grew up here. Was born in the city of Sharon, but my parents moved to Hermitage before I started elementary school. So I graduated from Hickory High School. I started work at the city way back as a uniformed police officer, and rose through the ranks. Strange story, became the city manager from the police department. It's not a career path I would recommend, but it happened. So I'm sort of a lifer here at the city.
Yeah, so Gary hired me in 1996. So 29 years ago, I started on my 5-year plan here at the city. But it's been a great pleasure working for Gary. He's mentored me along the way. He's given me a lot of opportunities to grow in my position, and always had a particular project or two that were very exciting that have kept me engaged here at the city. I would also say I think that we've been fortunate with the elected boards that we've had that we work for. They've been very supportive over the years.
And did you also grow up in this area?
I did grow up in the area, yes.
So that's a very unique trait that both of you both grew up here, continue to work here to this day. How would you say that experience has shaped your role now at the city?
Well, it probably is a little bit unique. I think in this profession, you usually find people that progress, that they'll start in smaller communities and then maybe move to larger communities, or move on to county or maybe state government. But I think, at least for me, it's been a great opportunity here to grow and stay involved here in the community. And the most rewarding part of it is being able to see the fruits of your labor, in particular with a lot of the projects that Gary has had us focused on with community quality of life projects. And I think 25, 30 years ago, there was very little recreational opportunities in the community, and that's been a focus over the decades. So that has been at least important to me to see those projects come together and to see the community residents and visitors benefit from the projects.
Yeah, I think from my perspective, um, you know, city managers, city administrators typically, as Gary said, kind of move around and kind of move up the ladder, if you will. I never really wanted to be a city manager. I wanted to be chief of police, and crazy things happened. And now I was 20 some years in the police department and a little over 30 now as city manager. So, you know, I'm more rooted in the community than I was career climbing. And once I had the opportunity to become the city manager, what was important to me was delivering for the community and making the community better. I've had a love for the community because I was raised here. And so, you know, I just viewed that as an opportunity to do good. And, you know, the way to do that, no one person can make a difference like that, but was to surround myself with quality people and kind of turn them loose, stay out of their way, kind of give them a sense of direction, but not overmanage. And we've been able to accomplish that with our team.
So, growing up here, staying here, is there any advice or any things that, the city of Hermitage are doing now to try and keep the youth here and, make sure they're not leaving us and, the things that a lot of people that are kind of around our age are kind of, hinting at now?
I think that one of the big things is the connections, and building the relationships. I mean, life's successes and failures are about relationships or lack thereof. I think that programs like the Academy that you two participated in gave you the opportunity to see what is available here in the community, things that maybe you didn't see when you were in school. And I think that the older generation now needs to embrace the younger generation and kind of start to move aside and let them have a seat at the table.
Yeah, I think making sure there are employment opportunities, diverse employment opportunities, that there are housing opportunities, that there are ways that people can connect, whether it be events or uh, other things that where people can get together and connect. But I think it's important that they also be given opportunities to be involved in government, being involved in planning for the community, and that there be interaction. We try to do that here. We're not always successful or as successful as we want to be, but we do make an effort in those directions.
And you talked about like involvement and community involvement specifically with the next generation. What would you say are some like active steps young people can take today to get involved?
Yeah, so as far as the city's concerned, we have a large number of what we call authorities, boards, and commissions. They're groups that provide input to the city and the elected officials on a lot of different areas. We have a Community and Economic Development Commission, a Planning Commission. We have a municipal authority that deals with the sanitary sewer system. We have a board of recreation. Those are invaluable to the city as we plan directions and moving forward. And we are constantly looking for members who can add to the quality of the group, and we encourage the younger members of the community to get involved there. It's a great place to begin some involvement in your community, and whether it be Hermitage or anywhere else, a lot of communities have those. And I would recommend, if you have any interest in getting involved in the government side of it, that you investigate the opportunities there.
Oh, well, Gary, I would say our favorite Garys in this town. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Q&A podcast. So until next time, this is the Q&A podcast.
2, 3.